Hey Voyeurs, I've had a pretty busy week so far this week. However, I did find time the other day to pop down to my local society where they were having a summer social. As part of the summer social, they had a Skittles tournament. And guess what? I won.
Did you win? A rainbow?
Not those kind of Skittles. Seriously, were you dropped on your head as a child? I didn't just get the satisfaction of winning, I actually won a bottle of whiskey. Nuh-uh, you're dumb enough. I don't know if you've noticed, but I kinda like books. I know, it's a hoarding thing, and if I ever become homeless, I'm going to be pushing a shopping cart round full of George Orwell and Shakespeare. But I'll be the smartest damn hobo in the world, and here's the clever thing, once I've read the book, I'll be able to set it on fire and keep warm next to it. It's cool to burn books, right? At the moment there's a trend for me to start a book, read about halfway through, and then get interrupted by another book someone needs to lend me that I have to read, and then they give me 2 weeks to read it. Or I need to read some research papers and look at different forms of research, and then that original book gets left behind, only half read. So I'm starting to chip away slowly and finish the books that I've only half read. Here's one of them. It was given to me by a good friend of mine who told me it's possibly the best book to read on Crowley if you want to know about him intimately without the myths, without the legends, as a man himself from the perspective of his very good friend. I think if you're into Crowley, or you just want to know a bit more about this iconic figure of our recent past, this is the book for you. I think it will give you a lot of insight. He's often overshadowed by the false assumption that he's some kind of devil worshipper, which he wasn't. In fact, he was a very scholarly man, and he held various world records for mountaineering and climbing for a great deal of time, in fact. He was an avid chess player, and he was an absolutely wonderful poet. In fact, using a female pseudonym, he had written about 50 hymns to the Virgin Mary. All of these hymns were exalted for their piety and also for their devotion by leading members of the church and by the Catholic Church itself. During a court case, Crowley's female pseudonym was ousted, which then ended up with the Catholic Church removing from circulation these very popular hymns. This was the power of his own myth during his own lifetime. I think it's really easy with a character such as Crowley to get muddled up in the quagmire that is his myth. It was just really refreshing to read this book and to read about the man, regardless of the myth. On the subject of Crowley the myth, why not go and grab yourself a copy of The Chemical Wedding, which is a DVD where the premise lies in the fact that Crowley is reincarnated as a Cambridge professor in modern times. Even better when you realise it's Simon Callow that plays Crowley. It's just great to see Simon Callow's acting, really bold and ostentatious, beautiful. It's created and I think directed and I think created by Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden fame as well. Oh, and also, I don't know why it keeps cropping up, but Marfan syndrome keeps popping up all over the place. A few days ago, I was having a conversation about Marfans, and then that led on to another conversation where Abraham Lincoln was mentioned. Then I was listening to Radio 4 yesterday, or the day before, and they had a section on Rachmaninoff, and they were talking about his life and the possibility that he might have had Marfans because of his wide hand spread on the piano, and also the flexibility that he still retained even though he could spread his fingers so far. And then it was on TV, someone mentioned it on TV, and then I swear I was walking through the park and I heard someone say it, although I could just be jaded by the fact that I keep hearing Marfan syndrome being repeatedly said to me. I keep hearing it everywhere, and everything is now becoming Marfans. I'm walking past people, I'm hearing them talking, and I'm listening in, and I can hear Marfans, he's got Marfan syndrome. I could just hear it. I mean, what is it? Is it the new in thing or what? It's Thursday, so it's time to create the Weird Weekly Question. What do you want the Weird Weekly Question to be, Voyeurs? leave all submissions in the comment section down there. Oh, and don't forget, keep it real.
Alright. Well, Paul Brook knows just what you're thinking, and he knows just what you're feeling. He can pick up on the slightest cues. He knows what's lies and what's the truth. Paul Brook understands when you're feeling low. Paul Brook understands when you're feeling high. Just let him get inside your